Will you ever go back to the Navy?
Oh, I'd love to.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really would. I don't. It's one thing that really bothers me. It's really kind of you to ask, and I would have brought it in if you hadn't. But the Navy is so important to me. Not many people know these days. I'm still an officer in the Royal Navy. I can't believe it, but I am, and I'm extremely proud of that. And without them, I simply wouldn't be on the rowing radar at all. It's not like they're sponsoring me and helping me along. They trained me before I ever got in a boat, and they took me from school, and they didn't train me to be a rower, but they taught me everything I need to know to be a rower.
So it's more a case of when than if.
Well, yeah, it's I owe them my rowing career and this fantastic life, and I feel like I signed up to be in the Navy way before I started rowing. So. And I got my teeth stuck into my career as well. It's just deviated now. So now on this deviation, I look back to the career that I would have had and the peers that I joined up with and where they are in the world and what they're doing. And they're in charge of the engineering department on Type 45 destroyers, brand new ships. And that's exactly what I wanted to do. And they're doing it. I'm doing something else. And I'm immensely proud of all of them. And I'm just sorry that I'm not doing the thing that I said I was going to do. And I'm extremely proud of all of them, the guys and girls that I haven't met that are getting their own medals for bravery and for service all over the world. It's hugely inspiring for me, and I don't often enough get a chance to say thank you, and perhaps this is my opportunity to say thank you.
I think that's amazing. I bet they all sit in the mess when you're on screen and when the Olympics are on, proud to have a fellow serviceman, in the boat, similar for Heather Stanning, and
Well, I've only heard stories, because I was in the boat in London 2012, but since then I've met a lot of guys and girls from the Navy who were telling me what they were doing and what their sister ships were doing, and banners and excitement, and the race being on daily orders and what everyone was doing, and it blows my mind. Probably the nicest thing about winning the Olympics is meeting people afterwards and hearing the stories about what they were doing and how much excitement and enjoyment it brought to so many people. Being a part of that is very humbling.
Awesome. So just a couple of short, sharp questions left, sort of sharp facts on Pete Reed.
All right.
What would you say is your favourite song to train to?
I don't know. Do you know what? I've got
Genre.
Rock.
Rock.
Yeah. Should we narrow it down? Yeah, genre. Fine. Rock.
Yeah, rock music. Cool. If you had to pick your favourite race or your favourite victory?
London 2012.
London 2012. And when you were sort of an up-and-coming rower, new into the GB squad, if you had to pick a race that you saw on TV or somebody else's race, would you be able to pick one?
Yeah.
Sort of inspirational race or development of a crew?
Coxless 4, Athens.
Good choice. Worst race?
Munich 2007, Coxless 4.
Yeah.
Tough one. Yeah. Everything went wrong. Yeah, we came fourth. That was a dark day for a young rower. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Worst race. Favourite boat? We've asked that. Favourite course? Favourite place to row? Favourite location?
Dorney.
Dorney.
Yeah.
Because of the Dorney Raw and the London 12 experience?
Yeah, the memories, home turf. It's where I cut my teeth in training. It's where I did all of those seat races for the under 23s. It's where I won my Olympic gold medal for 2012. It's home, yeah. And then if you really push me to have a foreign one, then Lucerne. Yeah, that's the Lake of the Gods. That's where everyone wants to win.
I've never been. I'm so ashamed to say.
Take yourself there.
Yeah.
Just it's beautiful, spectacular.
Cool. Would you be able to pick a rowing hero?
Stevie Williams.
Yeah.
Yep. Just he was the guy. I admire him so much. He's just the most professional trainer. Everything was well considered, well thought through. very clearly explained, and his work ethic was just insane. You know, he wasn't. If you wanted to build a rower from scratch, you probably wouldn't put his ingredients together with height and weight and all that stuff. But just mentally, the toughest bastard in the world. And he was the guy. He took me under his wing when I came into the 4, so got selected with him. That was a big honour. And suddenly, in no time at all, I found myself in the gym. My first ever heavyweight session, lifting it with Stevie Williams, and it was like that scene from Unbreakable with Bruce Willis, where he's just on the bench press, lifting everything. It goes down and it just comes up. And if you ever failed a set, then he wouldn't take weight off. He would just take more time between sets, so then he could do it. You know, so many other athletes would take weight off, or not even put it on in the first place. Not Steve. Yeah, brilliant bloke.
Speaking of that, quick thing. Press-up competition 2014, sit-up competition 2014.
Yeah.
Some people are late to the party. How do they get involved when they're late to the party?
So now it's very late. So this will come out and it's going to be end of June, July time. And what I would suggest is it would be too much to try and catch up. So if anybody really wanted to a bit earlier on, I would say work out how many you need to do and work out a way of catching up and join in. However, it's too much. So if you want to join in and be part of it, start on the day with 1 press up, next day 2, next day 3. Start from scratch, whatever day it is, and go through the year. Or join in with that hashtag on Twitter, PUC 2014. Do the 1, 2, 3, 4 a day. Someone recently has a nice lady who's joined in, and I've said there will be another physical challenge next year, so a challenge for 2015. So join in with the press up 1, finish with whatever number you've got in December, and then start from scratch with the rest of us in whatever the next iteration is. And I've got some ideas.
Cool. Last ones now. Best non-UK team, or who would you say the biggest rivals for you personally? Not necessarily in the 8, but you personally.
Kiwis. Yeah, that Kiwi pair. I mean, it would be great if they were beaten for my personal sake. So they are brilliant. I think it would be good for the sport. Realistically, I like them. Good guys, amazing racers, and I've got a lot of respect for them. But if they were beaten, I think that would be good for FISA, and it would be good for the sport and start rivalry there, because any boat class that's just leading by 6 seconds, 10 seconds, by those big margins, people leave the event. Maybe some others come in to try and get one of the smaller medals. That can't be great. So it would be good. And I think everyone says that they're not beatable. You know, Andy and I came very close, and you could be pretty sure now that if we were put back into the pair, we would be pushed hard or beaten by some of the other pairs in the British team. And if we can produce people of that standard, any other nation can. There are a lot of people in the world. It's not about Pete Reed and Andy Hodge. There are a lot of people, and the Kiwi pair are beatable. So I think the Kiwis would be our main rivals. Looking around elsewhere, German 8. Yeah. It's they'd written us off after Lucerne last year, and it was good to beat them in the final. So they're amazing 8 and went undefeated for a long time. Good crew. So it's always nice to do that. And my wife's German as well. So
satisfying.
Yeah.
She struggled to.
No, she's on my side, of course. But it's just something fun to talk about.
Yeah. Okay. Best non-UK rower individual from your perspective, your opinion.
Talked about the Kiwi pair too much. I mean, Hamish did jump into my mind. There's something special that he can do, and I admire the way he trains.
Keep him there then.
Yeah. All right. Let's go for Hamish. Can I have a girl as well?
Yeah.
Okay, then. You said non-UK, didn't you?
Ideally.
All right.
Go UK then. Who in the UK?
Helen Glover. So there's a lot of chat about her already, but she's very, very impressive at training. Her work ethic is similar to Stevie Williams, and that's really good to see. I think she is a great role model for younger people in the sport. but
she came through the start program.
she was a teacher as well, so a lot of people can relate to that, someone that they knew or could have known. And then I really think she's moved the standard on in the women's team, and that will only have a good effect. So if you look at her track record, crush the Olympics with Heather Stanning, and Heather's amazing as well, and then crush the World Championships with Polly Swan. To do that is really impressive, and that's not an easy event, and it's not an easy boat class. So yeah, let's go with Helen in the women's side.
Perfect. Last one, your most hated exercise. People, it's burpees.
Burpees are ridiculous. They're hard. I mean, if you set after set of 15 burpees, I just think the quality wears off. Yeah, burpees. That's a really good one. But you told me that, so I'm going to have a different one. I do love exercises.
That's the challenge with a lot of athletes. You ask them the most hated, but tend to love too many of them.
I love this one, but I'm going to go for it anyway. So barbell rollouts. Okay, so barbell on the floor, doesn't matter what weight the discs are, and then you get into a press-up position on the barbell, and then roll the barbell away from you until you're in a plank position, and then pull back in. So if you haven't done that for a while, the first time you do it rips your abs to pieces. So you finish your set of 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever it is, and then you just about got there. The next set, you will just be dying, and for the next 3 weeks, you'll have just ripped in a bad way abs before that comes anywhere near to being good again. So do some barbell rollouts, and you see what I mean.
Maybe that can be the challenge for next year.
Yeah, barbell rollouts.
365 barbell rollouts.
Yeah, okay, no. And it's not burpees either.
Yeah, cool. Pete, thanks so much, mate.
Pleasure.
Awesome chatting to you. Really good.